Let's talk about therapy, and particularly when it's not really feeling like it's working. I want to share a story of somebody I was recently working with who came to me having recently stopped going to therapy because they felt like it just wasn't really working. So I want to share something that we spoke about, which is something that I feel like a lot of people will relate to. And it's that point of self-awareness where self-awareness is actually more problematic than it is helpful. So this person has been dealing with a lot of grief. They've also got a lot of childhood wounds. And they felt like the talking was, making them understand the reasons why they're kind of feeling messed up. But then it gets to a point of like, then what? Like, I'm so fully aware, like hyper aware of my problems and where they came from. But it doesn't change anything. It doesn't actually change how they've affected the physiology, how they've affected the mind, the emotions. And this is the thing, like talk therapy can be very, very helpful to those who need that kind of verbal release. Equally for those who need some more understanding from a professional lens with regards to their emotions and where things may stem from. But then what do we do with this awareness? Self-awareness is such a superpower when it can be the key to us unlocking the next steps in our journey. When it can be this information source that we can follow through with solutions and action steps and knowing what to actually do with this information, this awareness. And so this person came to me, they were struggling and they knew exactly why they were struggling. So what I was able to help them with was actually understanding where this stuff actually lives within their bodies. Where is the grief? Where is the childhood wounds? We have this awareness that that is the root cause of these issues. But then what? We can't turn back time. We can't change what's happened. But what we can do is change the effect that it's had on us. And this is the thing with even the greatest traumas that we can experience. The thing that causes us to suffer the most is not the event, but how it made us feel. And the things that get suppressed the deepest are the things that we didn't have the correct support with. And so these parts of ourselves just get suppressed deeper and deeper until they become hardwired, cemented into us, into our belief systems, into our physiology, creating all kinds of dis-ease. Whether that's physical, emotional, whether that's, problems coming up in relationships, in whatever areas of our lives. And so it's how do we address the effect of the event? How do we address where that lives within us? So this person was suffering with grief. They cannot bring that person back that they're missing, but what they can do is relieve their bodies and their minds and their hearts from some of this stored energy, from some of this grief that is stored within the body, to allow for more lightness, more ease, more deep healing, and then more freedom from these experiences that have created so much heaviness and pain and sadness within the body. So what did we do? We used the miracle mastery method, which was looking at both sides, both physical and energetic. Physically, there are certain herbs, certain medicines, such as homeopathy, that can really support the body through grief. Also looking at ways of how to take care of this physical body while we are going through this healing journey. How can we support the body? How can we nourish the body and live as kindly to our bodies as we can during this healing phase? And then we looked at energetics, which honestly with things like this, it's the majority of the healing work is rooted in energetics, because it's the energy of that emotional pain that creates those lasting effects within the body. And so looking at where this person's grief lived, which was primarily in the heart. So how can we energetically support the heart and help to heal the heart? Things like using frequencies, specific frequencies for this energy center, sound healing, things like singing bowls in the key of F, which is the specific note to help balance and harmonize this energy center, the heart chakra. Adding in things like crystals, essential oils, energy tools, things specific to healing this part of the body where most of this energy is stored. Doing a lot of deep healing meditations, directed energy work, working with the breath, using breath work, which is very much supportive of this heart area. And the element of this energy center is air, so that breath and being able to tune into that expansion and release of the lungs, of that heart space, feeling into the beat of the heart. All of this is a way of really tuning into this area so that we're then able to heal it, because our energy takes direction so well. This has been scientifically proven that our intentions can actually direct energy incredibly well. So having these practices in place with the intention of that healing and releasing of the heaviness, of the pain that comes with that grief, and then being able to release it and come out lighter every single session, every single meditation or breathwork session or sound healing session. There are endless resources and endless ways that we can be supported through whatever journey we're going through. So if you're feeling like talk therapy has brought you to a point where you're like, okay, cool, I'm hyper aware of why I'm feeling messed up and now I don't know what to do about it, understanding where that energy lives and working with it from there, that may be really helpful for you.